Hey everyone, I picked up the first issue of Power Rangers Ranger Academy. I still have my free comic book day issue, and so yeah, it's pretty much just the free comic book day issue, but with a few extra pages at the end. I flipped through both versions, reread both of them. There don't appear to be any alterations to what was previously printed. There's no changes to the dialogue or artwork from what I can tell. It looks like, yeah, it's just the same thing, but with extra pages. And it's really interesting because it really does seem like it ends here, and the rest kind of does feel like it's just tacked on a little bit, so I don't really know what to think about that. But anyway, Sage has stowed away on Tula and Mathis's ship on the way to Ranger Academy, and Tula makes a bit of a big deal about this, saying that she needs permission from a parent and a power coin to be authorized, and Mathis is like, hey, catch, and flicks her a power coin. That they just have power coins lying around that they can give away? Okay. There's the Ranger Academy. It's Terra Venture after it crashed on the moon of Miranoi. Like, that's cool. And then we get a shot of the interior, and yeah, there it is. That's Terra Venture. Like, totally. That's like, one of the main promenades. Oh, and there's a Syrian? I don't know, what are Kruger's people called? Okay, so anyway, they lead Sage through the thing, and there's a classroom with a big giant head, and apparently that's Leo, and he's a professor now. Alright then, So why is Leo a big floating head? Like, is this a transmission from down on Miranoi, or from some other planet that he's on? Why is he a giant head? Why is that the mode of transmission? Because of Zordon? Like, Zordon was a floating head, like, for a reason. Like, he didn't choose to look like that. That was, like, the best way he could communicate. Because he was stuck in a time warp. His physical body was most likely, like, not capable of... I don't really even... They're doing a big floating head because Zordon was a big floating head. Disregard all other mentors who were not big floating heads. Whatever. So then Tula gives Sage a uniform for the school, and okay, cool. And then we get this shot here showing some new characters. There's this girl with an afro, there's Sage, I guess, and there's this guy here with Misfits hair, and I guess that's Giant Leo's head there, I think. It kind of looks like him. I guess maybe it's him. And so then we get the orientation guide, and so here we get another big floating head, which is definitely not Leo. It's got pointed ears, and I'm pretty sure it's not Leo. Like, I'm 99% sure it's not Leo, but then again, with the Power Ranger comics, the artwork isn't always consistent, so it's kind of hard to judge. So anyway, we have this little introduction here from the headmaster of Ranger Academy. Find your light. It all starts with you. As headmaster, my #1 priority will be helping discover the Power Ranger inside each and every one of you. I will be here to help guide you on your path, and you can always find me in the Nexus Hall located within the Opalescent Dome, where you will spend most of your time as a first-year cadet. You will attend classes in every Chroma campus, each of which are equipped with their own Chroma chambers. These are specially designed energy tubes attuned to specific spectrums of the Morphin Grid, which allow any Power Ranger from across space and time to dial in and teach the Power Rangers of tomorrow. So yeah, we've completely thrown away secret identities. That's not a thing anymore, and it kind of irritates me. It kind of makes the whole Power Rangers universe just feel smaller and worse. Different teams had different rules regarding your identity. Some Rangers, like the Mighty Morphin Rangers, you cannot reveal your identity. I mean, it was one of Zordon's rules. One of the ones they tend to forget now. whatever. In Turbo, secret identities. In Space, secret identities. Until the end of the season. Maybe that's where they, like, revealed everything, because there was the Megaship Museum. But then again, like, I really don't know exactly what the whole situation was there. Lightspeed, no secret identities. Time Force, kinda, sorta. They kinda went back and forth on whether or not their identities were secret or not. Wild Force, secret identities, although they did wear their names, like their ranger colors and things, big on their jackets, so, Ninja Storm, secret identities. Dino Thunder, secret identities. SPD, no secret identities. Mystic Force, secret identities. Overdrive, no secret identities. Jungle Fury, secret identities. RPM, no secret identities. Samurai, secret identities. Megaforce, secret identities. Dino Charge, secret identities. Ninja Steel, secret identities. Beast Morphers. Beast Morphers wasn't secret, was it? Now I can't remember, or they were like... I seem to remember them being kind of like Time Force, where it's kind of back and forth, they kind of depending on the episode. Dino Fury, no secret identities. Cosmic Fury. Is there one I'm forgetting? I feel like there's a season I'm forgetting somewhere in there. Back to this thing! Here, every cadet will work together to discover who they are and how they can best protect each other and the universe together. Welcome to Ranger Academy, where the Power Rangers of tomorrow are forged today. Okay, so... yeah, this doesn't feel like Power Rangers to me. Like, to me, the Power Rangers are always a group of characters brought together by some kind of weird circumstance outside their control. This just feels way too controlled. I don't think it's a good idea either. What if bad guys sneak in? You'll end up with another supersonic Green Ranger. Or is that what this is leading to? Also, interesting thing, since Leo was there, it turns out in my old video I was right, and they disregarded this long ago in a distant galaxy thing. A subtle thing to notice here, though, is this appears at the beginning of Sage's fantasy. Is the setting referring to the overall story, or just her fantasy? I'm thinking that as this story goes along, if the writers decide to change their minds about when it takes place, that's a little, like, that's a subtle enough thing that they can just change it. So it turns out, yeah, the long ago is just in Sage's fantasy dream world thing. It doesn't relate to reality at all, so it happened a lot quicker than I figured. I didn't expect them to actually have, like, an actual canon ranger teaching at the school, even if he is a big head for some reason. And then, this is kind of intriguing. We have these little images with text explaining what's going on. Year 1, discover who you are. Pass the first trial and build your own morpher. When your Spectrite solidifies to a color, you will train to become a junior ranger. I've already said that one of the big problems I had with this is it just doesn't feel like Power Rangers, but especially this makes it feel more like Star Wars. Particularly the Clone Wars, those episodes where we follow a group of Padawan Jedis going on a quest to get Kyber crystals and then building their lightsabers. This whole finding Spectrite to build a morpher sounds an awful lot like that, and also this Ranger Academy school feels a lot like the Jedi Academy. I mean, there's definitely differences, but then there's that, which is especially strange since most of the Ranger teams have completely different sources for where their power comes from. Some of their power comes from magic, some of it comes from technology, some of it comes from advanced alien technology that humans can't comprehend, or it's a combination of them, or you have things where it's like it's some kind of inner will that manifests itself as ranger powers or some such thing. Saying that there's like a specific mineral you need to build your morpher just feels... I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that idea. Year 2, Strength and Harmony. Move on to your Junior Ranger campus and find your Zord. Improve your morphing skills as you train with other cadets. And this is a cool looking character here. I don't know who it is. Is that Tula? But anyway, the Find Your Zord thing. So many Rangers, like, they don't have their Zords at the beginning. They're things they get later. I don't know. This is just really bizarre. Like, do they have, like, just a bunch of Zords standing around waiting for someone to choose them or something? Is this a situation like, is this like Digimon, where a Digidestined has a partner Digimon who's like waiting for them? If that person doesn't come to pick their Zord, is the Zord gonna get depressed? Is it gonna end up like Gatomon in Digimon Adventure, where her Digi-Egg, like, was dropped, and Myotismon found it, and that's why she was with the bad guys at first? Huh. I'm thinking of, like, everything except Power Rangers when reading this. Year 3, take flight together. Take your education to the next level with off-site missions that teach you how to achieve more together and begin to find your own team. And this is fine, but again, like, find your own team just sounds weird. Like, who you gravitate to at the school is who your team is gonna be? What if you're an introvert who doesn't like being around people? Are you gonna be a solo ranger? Year 4, protect the universe. Prepare for life beyond Ranger Academy, when even the boundaries of space and time cannot hold you back, as you embark on your first mission as a junior Power Ranger. Okay, how do you know there's gonna be a mission? Like, what if everything's just okay?
Our world was once a safe and happy place.
Okay, then we get a little list of places. The library, a universe of knowledge. Cafeteria, every cuisine in the galaxy. Do you think they have flargon cake? Cadet dorms, refresh for the next day. And one of the really weird things with this is so much of this doesn't feel anything like Power Rangers. This feels like they just wrote an original story and then slapped some Power Rangers stuff, like, just superficially over top of it. But apparently, at least when it came to Terra Venture, there was some photo reference, since the cadet dorms, yeah, those are the Terra Venture sleeping quarters. Just straight up, that's what those are. So in this one instance, they were super, like, accurate to what was in the show, which, cool, I guess. Kind of feels like they went out of their way to ignore a lot of other, like, just go in a completely different direction than Power Rangers, like, is intended, whatever. Observation Deck, the universe for all. Opalescent Dome, the heart of Ranger Academy. Everything you will need as a first-year cadet can be found within the Opalescent Dome, including cadet dorms, where you will make the friends that will follow you into the future. The library, where the entire history of the Power Rangers and the Morphin Grid is available for students at all times. Academy Archivist Nika can help you with anything you want to find. The cafeteria, where you will find the fuel and friends to keep you focused on the future. The observation deck, where the horizon of possibility is endless. Only after the first trial, when you morph and discover your inner light, will you move to your corresponding Chroma campus and continue your studies to become the Power Ranger you were always meant to be. And then we get a little map of the Academy. Opalescent Dome, all are welcome. Red Campus, know the way, show the way. Blue Campus, let curiosity guide you. Yellow Campus, follow the horizon. Black Campus, grow with every challenge. Pink Campus, we soar together. And so, yeah, there's the full first issue of Ranger Academy, and it's something. It's a comic. Not much to add from my last video. Like, all that stuff at the end is definitely where the more Power Ranger-y side of things comes from. It's really bizarre to me that the Free Comic Book Day issue was focused almost exclusively on the non-Power Ranger-y side of things, whereas those final pages are where it begins to come in, although it's just kind of weird. I don't know, maybe this ties in with the larger universe of the Boom Comics universe, and not necessarily the show? Maybe in the other comics there's a reason for why Leo is a big floating head and not, like, you know, just a full-body transmission? I don't know. So I'm definitely going to pick up the next issue, because I'm very curious about where this is going to go, but at the same time, I'm not really that invested, so even if it turns out to not be that interesting, I'm not going to be super broken up about it, because it's just not very original. It's a pretty basic, standard, like, fantasy school story. You know, I was just watching Mysterious Mr. Enter's videos about High Guardian Spice, and in the first episode he talked about how magic school stories are pretty common nowadays, and you have to do something pretty unique to get them to stand out, and this doesn't really seem to have anything that makes it stand out other than the novelty of, like, it's a magic school, but also it's a Power Rangers school that vaguely ties into maybe SPD or mission training. I don't know. Very surprised there's no Rex Ranger in here. Maybe next time there'll be Rex Ranger. Then again, Leo looks pretty young, so I don't know, maybe Rex Ranger is only just being born. Or maybe we could see a young cadet version of Rex Ranger. I probably talk about Power Rangers mission training more than any other Power Ranger fan out there. Huh. So yeah, there's Ranger Academy Power Rangers. It's like, I could see a little kid getting this and kind of getting into it. Maybe once the paperback comes out and the whole story is in one place, or at least the first part of the story is all in one place, it'll be a little easier to get into it. But as it is right now, it's just really basic, and there's not a whole lot there that really grabs my attention. The one thing that kind of holds my attention is more looking towards the future and thinking, like, well, maybe next time there'll be something more interesting in there, or something like that. So yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya. They're defending a really derpy-looking princess, and the knights are trying to eat her sleeves.